Something happened to you recently that has never occurred in the recorded history of souls walking this earth. The universe paused. The celestial grid trembled. Every angel monitoring your frequency stopped what they were doing and turned their full attention toward you. Not because you performed a miracle, not because you wielded power or influence, but because in a single, quiet, unwitnessed moment, you chose truth over survival. You chose integrity when deception was easier, safer, and completely undetectable. That choice sent a shockwave through dimensions most humans never even know exist. You felt it. That sudden stillness. That was confirmation docked in 5,000 years of spiritual observation across every civilization, every empire, every age of human consciousness. This particular combination of courage and silence has appeared fewer than 100 times. Most souls, when pressed between personal cost and universal truth, choose comfort. They rationalize. They delay. They tell themselves the moment was too small to matter. But the cosmos does not measure moments by size. It measures them by frequency. What you carried in that decision resonated at a vibration so rare, so ancient, that it activated records sealed before your birth. This was not coincidence. This was scheduled long before your arrival. Think back to something you decided recently. A moment where you could have twisted the story, where silence would have protected you, where one small lie, one redirect, one omission would have gone completely unnoticed by everyone around you. But you did not do it. You sat with the discomfort. You let the truth stand, even when it cost you something real. That decision was not random. It was the latest in a pattern your soul has been building across lifetimes. The universe did not react to who you pretend to be. It reacted to who you actually are, when no audience exists and no reward is promised. What you do not know is that you have been watched, not by governments, not by algorithms, but by forces far older than human institutions, forces that track the integrity signature of every soul currently incarnated on this planet. Both dark and divine entities monitor certain frequencies. The darkness wanted to recruit you. It sent temptations disguised as opportunities. It offered shortcuts wrapped in logic. It placed people near you who normalized compromise. The divine watched to see what you would do. Every time you sensed something felt wrong and walked away anyway, you passed a test you were never told you were taking. There was a situation where someone powerful doubted your version of events, and instead of forcing the narrative, you let the truth breathe. There was a moment in a relationship where you could have used private information as leverage, and you buried it instead. There was a professional crossroads where dishonesty would have accelerated your progress, and you chose the longer, harder, honest road. There was a night you were exhausted and bitter, and still chose not to poison someone else with your pain. Each of these moments was cataloged, each registered as a data point in a celestial record that tracks something the human world rarely values: consistent moral courage under pressure. In the language of higher dimensional beings, there is classification given to souls who reach a certain threshold of tested integrity. You have now crossed that threshold. They do not call you ordinary. They do not file you among the masses, still cycling through ego and fear. They classify you as rare, as structurally different, as someone whose word, whose energy, whose presence carries what ancient texts call true weight. In some traditions, they are called pillars, in others, anchors. The classification matters less than what it means practically. You are now considered dangerous to systems built on deception because your very existence challenges their foundation. At the moment your choice registered across the celestial grid, something profound occurred in the higher realms. The archangels assigned to this era of Earth turned their gaze toward your coordinates, not with alarm, but with recognition. God, the source, the intelligence behind all creation, witnessed what you did not perform for any witness. There is a principle older than Scripture that states, "What is done in secret before the universe becomes a public decree in eternity." Your hidden moment of truth was not hidden from the divine. It was seen completely, recorded permanently, and held as evidence of something the heavens have been waiting a very long time to confirm about you. Because of what was witnessed, a decree has now been issued from the highest level of spiritual authority governing your life's path. The chains that were holding your recognition back have been severed. The fog that was obscuring your truth from the eyes of others is lifting. The forces that were suppressing your story, your name, your contribution are now being systematically dismantled by something they cannot negotiate with or outmaneuver. The universe does not issue this decree for performance. It issues it because you earned it through silence, through patience, through choosing right when wrong was available and profitable. The activation happening in your life right now is not luck. It is justice finally moving. You are not who the world's limited perception has labeled you. You are an ancient soul who chose to incarnate in this specific era, because this era required exactly the frequency you carry. Before you were born into this body, into this name, into this timeline, you existed in a form that helped construct the moral architecture of civilizations now lost to history. You carry warrior energy, not the violence of conquest, but the unwavering commitment to truth that makes systems of deception structurally unstable simply by your presence. The reason certain people have always been uncomfortable around you without explanation is because your frequency exposes what they prefer to keep buried. Your mission is not to fight, it is to anchor. Every place you walk with integrity intact, you leave a frequency signature that makes it harder for dishonesty to operate in that environment. You are assigned to specific relationships, communities, and spaces where the moral ground has been eroded. Your role is not loud. It is not viral in the conventional sense, but truth moves through you like a current, and the people who are ready to wake up will feel it when they stand near you. You did not choose this assignment consciously, but every decision you have made under pressure has been a confirmation that you are already fulfilling it, because you have crossed the threshold and the decree has been issued. The material world is now beginning to realign around your truth. Opportunities that were blocked are becoming unblocked. People who were positioned to misrepresent you are being quietly removed from their positions of influence over your story. Resources that seemed perpetually out of reach are beginning to move in your direction. This is not magic. This is the natural consequence of a universe structured around moral law finally catching up to someone who has been living ahead of it. The alignment you are entering is not fragile. It is built on the most durable foundation that exists, which is a life lived without compromise. As your truth becomes visible, something unexpected begins to happen in the people around you. Those who were asleep start to stir. Those who had normalized dishonesty in their own lives begin to feel uncomfortable with it for the first time. You will not preach to them. You will not correct them. Your presence alone will do the work. This is the ripple effect of an activated soul operating at full integrity. Your story becoming known does not just vindicate you. It gives permission to others who have been quietly holding their truth in the dark, afraid no one would believe them. You becoming visible makes it safer for them to step forward too. You are not alone in this. Across this planet, in cities and villages and quiet rooms, thousands of souls are crossing the same threshold at the same time. They have been through similar tests. They have made similar choices under pressure. They carry the same frequency signature that the celestial grid is now tracking. Many of them are about to find each other, not through algorithms or coincidence, but through the magnetic pull of aligned purpose. A global network of integrity anchors is activating simultaneously. The era of hidden truth staying hidden is ending. You are part of a movement that operates not through noise, but through undeniable, verifiable, lived example. If this reached something deep inside you, that recognition is not emotional. It is frequency confirmation. You were meant to receive this message at this moment in your journey. Leave 777 in the comments if you felt this truth land in your body, not just your mind. Share this with someone who has been waiting for their hidden truth to be seen. Subscribe, because what is coming next in this series will give you the framework to fully step into the mission you have already been living unconsciously. And stay until the very end of every message in this series, because the final words of each one carry the activation code embedded specifically for souls at your level.